Gonna do another rolling pull here with the anti-lag right now. Just a little bit fast, just a little bit. Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and today we're going to be going over a modified Nissan GTR. First and foremost, we will do a quick walk around on the GTR, then we'll take it out to see how it drives. And as always, if you are stopping for the first time, I'd really appreciate it if you subscribed. So under the hood here, we have a twin turbocharged 3.8 liter V6. And normally in the GTR, that's gonna be good for 545 horsepower. But this particular one is tuned, so it has 635 horsepower, and that is to the wheels. And you can get a little setup here so you can see everything in the engine bay. Look down below as well. It's a really, really cool setup. This thing is just crazy, crazy fast. You guys all know the stuff that you can do with the GTRs. Since I've actually never gone over a GTR, I want to go over the front end first. So you get some like little LED lights here. You get these LED projector bulbs with the accent lights at night as well. It looks really, really good. GTR badge is front and center, and then everything else is all body colored with the GTR. And then there are these little knockaducks on the hood. Look pretty cool, and obviously that's going to help with downforce and all that. So this is actually the key fob for the GTR. You can see there's some lock and unlock function. Then there's a hole to release the trunk. We're actually going to show you that as well. So I press that, that'll release the trunk open. Looking in here, we can see there's a ton of storage space here in the GTR, and they haven't changed much with the new one. So this is identical, like rear trunk space and all that, to the new ones. And like I said in my video that I posted before this, guys, looking for a supercar, so help me find something all-wheel drive like this. So we have the Boost Logic titanium quad pipes. It's called the Quad Pipe Godzilla exhaust. It's super, super loud. I will put in some exhaust clips so you can hear what that sounds like, but the quad tip pipes are 4-inch. They look absolutely crazy in the back with the rear diffuser and all that. And then just like all the other GTRs, you get full LED lights in the back, spoiler on the rear so that it, you know, help out a little extra downforce, but it makes it look cooler as well. Stepping around to the side here, we can see these aftermarket rims that he's put on as well. You can see that they are made by Vorsteiner, and brake calipers are painted orange. These bronze rims look absolutely fantastic. And then you can see the tires that he's gotten here. They are basically drag radials on this car. Let me see if I can get it at a better angle. I mean, super, super sticky. You would not want to be caught with these in the rain or snow. Up front here, this is actually how you get into the GTR. So the door handle, you pull like that. It's kind of like a knife edge, and then it pulls open. It's actually pretty cool. And the interior in these GTRs is actually really nice. So they have give you like full leather paneling with contrasted stitching, leather bolsters all right here. Window controls are all down there as well. Good little mat that says GTR. You can see the pedal layout just down below on it, and then we can look at the seats here. So these seats are actually really, really comfortable to sit in. So they've got these like leather bolsters on them. They're not super aggressive, but then they got little like suede inserts on them to make them look a little bit sportier as well. Now stepping into the GTR here, step-in height's actually pretty good. It's really easy to get into this car, believe it or not. But the engine stop-start button on the GTR is actually right down here, so you just have to put your foot on the brake, push this, and then it'll start right up. You hear that aftermarket exhaust start up. It is absolutely crazy. So starting off on the steering wheel here, so we can see the steering wheel is wrapped in leather. You've got your paddle shifters for that dual clutch automatic transmission. On the back here, if you want to shift the gears yourself, got all your regular controls right here. I'm sure that a lot of you guys aren't really going to care about this other than maybe you'll listen to music, so use the voice command controls here. Hope that you never use cruise control in your GTR. Now we can see the gauges here, and you can see that the speedo goes up to 220 miles an hour, which is pretty crazy. You got the RPMs in the center right there, and then you have all of your other gauges as well. And then you've got your little gauge that shows what gear you're in, and it's kind of got like this like carbon fiber trim behind it, so it's a really cool look on these gauges actually. I'm sure that not a lot of you are going to care too much about what's happening with the infotainment screen here. Sorry, it's a little bit dark right there. It's just telling me maintenancing, but this basically gives you all the information. The GTR is going to come with navigation, all that regular stuff. all those analog controls are going to be down here. But it's cool, you can see like, you know, boost pressure, and you can see oil temperature, all that kind of stuff you can see on these little screens. It gives you like a bunch of little dials here that you can go through as well, basically, that'll show you all that bit of information. It's a pretty neat setup right there. And then actually just down below we've got our regular controls here. So it is dual zone climate, but they've got more of that carbon fiber trim right here with the other analog radio controls. But that's not the really fun part on the GTR. Now the most important stuff here is these little buttons. So like the suspension button is probably going to be the one that you're going to want to go into the most. You can actually save stuff over there as well, but that's the one that you're probably going to be playing with the most, is actually the suspension settings. And then you've got little CD player in there, passenger bag, all that. And then Bose sound system comes with the GTR. And then this is actually your shifter to go into the different gears. And it's actually a pretty unique shifter. So if I pop it, you know, you basically have to click here. That'll pop it down and over into reverse. It actually pops up with a little backup camera right there. But you have to like click this switch. It's an interesting shifter down here. There's not a lot of manufacturers that do that. And like I said before, the push button is actually over here. The GTR actually comes with normal storage and all that, and then regular little center console right there. Not gonna open that up because my buddy's got his personal stuff in there. And then there are some rear seats that I did not mention, but I mean, you're really not going to put real people back there. They're mostly going to serve as like shelves and all that, basically, to store extra stuff. They do give them a cup holder though, which is kind of funny, even though those seats have absolutely zero leg room. And then finally finishing up on storage, there is a glove box, got the owner's manual and all that, lined with felt, and there is some nice leather trim above it with these little vents there as well. But overall, the GTR is actually a super practical car. This does come with all-wheel drive, and you know, it's got a ton of storage space, so it is something that you could drive every single day. But that all being said, let's take the GTR out to see how it drives. So we're actually starting off here in the GTR, and I've been recommended by the owner to leave it in manual mode because the automatic mode doesn't like to shift the gears how it should. So what I'm noticing at slow speeds, it's not like lurchy or anything like that, but it kind of has an interesting drive. It kind of almost feels like a manual driver that's just learning how to drive manual for the first time. So we're just going to start off pretty slow right now. And this transmission, when you actually shift it yourself, it shifts super quick, and it's really easy to go through the gears. Yeah, the downshifts on this are instantaneous. Yeah, and then just kind of taking this, you know, run somewhat of a turn. The steering on this is super direct. I mean, this car goes exactly where you want it to go. So we're going to get a little acceleration here with the GTR. It's a little bit quick. There's always a cop that sits there.
I know. This thing wasn't going that fast, so we're good.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, the throttle response is instant, and it's so crazy how quick this car is. Now we're going to start off in second, which was recommended by the owner. Yeah, I mean, you could get in a lot of trouble with this car, actually. So Braden here is actually going to show us some cool things on the car that I wasn't exactly comfortable with doing. Launch control, and then he's also going to show us the anti-lag on the car. So you basically do boost anti-lag on it, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So right here we're going to get some launch control action going on in the GTR, and probably going to scare me a little bit. That was crazy. I mean, it literally like just pushes you back in your seat so hard. Oh my goodness, that's addicting. That guy wanted to race us, but he had absolutely no chance. Here's the anti-lag coming up now. We're gonna do another rolling pull here with the anti-lag right now. Just a little bit fast, just a little bit. So I'm gonna slow down here so you guys can actually fully hear me. Kind of to sum things up, what I would say is if you want a crazy fast car that, like I said, has a ton of practicality as well, that you could pretty much drive every single day if you wanted to, this is definitely one of those cars that you could do that, but then also have just a crazy amount of performance that just matches a supercar. You guys know that I recently drove a Gallardo, and I can tell you right now, this is so much faster than that car, and I mean, it sounds just as crazy. It's not a V10, but I mean, yeah, this car is insane. And there we have it, everyone, the modified Nissan GTR. Thank you everyone so much for watching. If you are stopping for the first time, I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe, comment down below what you thought, and then I will see all of you in that next video.